All right, for more on what's happening at the jobs report that did not come out is Michelle Makori in New York City.
Thanks, Phil. And as you said, generally the first Friday of the month is called Jobs Friday on Wall Street because it is the day that the Bureau of Labor Statistics provides a snapshot of how the labor market is doing. And recently, that report has taken on much more significance as the Federal Reserve has pegged its stimulus program and the potential scaling back of its bond buying to the unemployment rate. However, as you mentioned, the partial government shutdown has halted all but essential government services, and that means no monthly government jobs report came out today. But economists had expected that about 180,000 jobs were added in September, up from 169,000 added in August. But of course, there's no confirmation if their expectations were indeed correct or if the data disappointed. So now for more on the U.S. jobs market, we're joined by Charles Ortel, Managing Director of Newport Ventures, and Jeanne Branthover, Managing Partner of Boyden Global Executive Search. She's also the head of the Global Financial Services Practice. Thank you both for joining us. So Jeanne, we're going to start off with you. You're cautiously optimistic about the jobs market. We had seen that the unemployment rate has steadily been decreasing. 7.4, 7.3, way off from the 7.9 we started off the year with. What did you think we would have seen in this monthly jobs report?
Well, we headhunters, search firms, we really thought that it was going to go up and that it was going to be positive because we see our clients hiring and we see our clients planning for 2014. And as they end this year, they were using up their budgets to hire. So we expected it to go up.
So you thought 180,000 or more?
Maybe not quite 180, but more than the 169
Now,
previously.
Charles, you are shaking your head there.
Yeah, see, I like to look, I agree with Jeanne that, you know, in the market she serves, that where there's a lot of talent, it's in scarce supply, and
right.
so there's always going to be demand for the type of people she's trying to hire. But when you look at the total national picture, and you dig beneath the surface of the unemployment figures into full-time versus part-time by age category, you just see a train wreck going back to as far as maybe 1999, where there are fewer and fewer real full-time jobs where people work more than 35 hours a week. Pay is down, both in nominal and real terms, across the whole country. And it's just not getting better.
So overall, you are negative about the U.S. jobs market picture. And Jeanne, you feel differently.
I'm positive.
Well, one thing that has been impacting jobs is Obamacare. This week, we saw the launch of the Affordable Health Care, or Obamacare as it's known in the exchanges. Many people are saying that this is a problem for companies because of the law that stipulates that any business with 50 employees or more has to now provide health care. A survey by CNN said that 9 out of 14 economists said that Obamacare is very, very bad for the jobs picture. Jeanne, what do you think about that?
I think this is the first time we're going to agree with each other. I do think, and I do believe many of my clients and in the search profession, we're concerned that this is going to be a burden on many employers. And when you have a burden in cost, and you know, employees are the biggest cost that any company has. And along with that goes all the benefits that they expect. And unfortunately, if they have to have more cost, it's going to decrease hiring and really create a real problem for employers to keep the rate of employment going up.
Yeah,
so you two are in agreement on that one?
Yeah, I'd say, you know, it's really interesting, and I'd encourage viewers to do this. You can go on now government websites, the official U.S. government website, the Facebook page for this thing, and look at the comments of people who have actually been on the exchanges as opposed to the rhetoric. And basically what you find out, they're discovering that there is no free health care here. This is much more expensive when you look at the higher premiums and the much higher deductibles. It's a train wreck.
Well, this is only the beginning, and a lot of the issue was uncertainty. What would it mean? We're getting a clearer picture, supposedly, of what we can expect from Obamacare. Do you think that that will make employers in the long run more at ease with the program and hire more, or on the contrary?
I think on the contrary. You know, employers are always nervous right now. They want to have good revenue. They want to hire, and they want the economy to be better. So when something comes and really gets in the way of that, it's a concern. It's a concern, I think, to everyone.
Is this also reducing the number of hours that people will be hired for.
Absolutely. I mean, a clear way to dissect this is to think about the private sector where competition is ruthless globally. And people are looking everywhere in China, here in the United States, at cutting the cost of their labors. They can do it by replacing them with machines, not just by outsourcing. So in the private sector, vicious competition. In the public sector, people are protected until now. So this is really heating up as a major fight.
Major fight. And it all comes down to cost.
Another thing that's a major fight is what's going on in Washington right now with the budget. Jeannie, what's the impact that that's having on the employment picture?
You know, from our client's point of view, it hurts. The more that there's change, the more that, you know, the government is shut down, the more it's affecting the stock markets, it's affecting the companies, it's affecting everyone.
So far, it hasn't really affected the stock markets yet.
But if it keeps going, what our clients are concerned about is it will make people think twice. Are things okay? This is going to start affecting employment if all those people are out of a job. And they literally, if they get paid later, it's not going to help them, you know, pay their rent. So they're going to have to look for other jobs, and the other jobs aren't there. And then they have to recreate their skills. It just creates a horrible situation.
Charles?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at this country as a developing country, which by its finances, it really is more of a developing country than a developed country, our debt is out of control. And what this spectacle in Washington, D.C. shows is that the existing politicians cannot work together to address the true problem, which is cutting spending. There's a lot of wasteful government spending in this country.
Jeannie, I want to end on a positive note. We're wrapping up here. Where are the jobs? You say there are jobs. You're a headhunter. You're seeing them. Give us the good news, Jeannie.
The good news is technology not just continues to hire, but big time continues to hire at all levels, from entry level, from school, all the way to senior levels. Healthcare continues to hire, from nurses all the way to, you know, people in healthcare. In any situation, they're growing all forms of the healthcare industry. So there are jobs out there. Go and major in the right area and then get a job in that area.
Okay, choose the right major. Thank you so much. Jeanne Branthover, managing partner of Boyden Global Executive Search, and Charles Ortel, managing director of Newport Ventures. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.